Studying manifestation, learning about manifestation, reading books, immersing yourself too much in the YouTube videos is actually delaying your manifestation. So, the idea to be obsessed with manifestation is the only reason why your manifestation is delayed. Because you are too focused on how manifestation works and you forget what you actually attract. So we attract who we are, how we see ourselves right now, because in our truth, we are spiritual being, we are perfect. There is perfection within us. There is nothing that we cannot do or receive. But what are you conceiving about yourself? What are you conscious of being? Who you really are is reflected to you in your outside reality. Now, I have been there and I really relate to this, and I know so many of us get in that cycle where we are too consumed about studying manifestation. We are constantly reading books, studying like how this thing works, what to do, what kind of tools and all of that. But we study that so much that we forget what we manifest. So let's think of two people, right? One person doesn't understand manifestation at all, and the other person is obsessed with manifestation. Now, who would manifest better? The person with the better self-concept, the better identity, will manifest the reflection of what they're conscious of being. Now, both the people, like one person can literally spend their whole life reading books, understanding how it actually works, but if you don't work on what works, it's just gonna be theory, right? So the reason that we do this is because in our schools we are tested on theory, how much you know. We are not tested on how much you do or how much you be. So we learn such complex concepts in our university and school. Like I remember learning so many complex ideas about economics and how markets work and what trade does and all the graphs, but actually I didn't do any of that. I just learned and I knew. So here also we are getting in the same trap. We are so focused on knowing, but we have forgotten that it's all about being. Okay, so when you are learning about how manifesting money works, and if you read all the books on the planet, there is one thing which is common and every single book is trying to teach you, probably in different language, that you manifest based on the frequency that you're operating. Okay, so currently you're vibrating and your vibration has a frequency and everything in this universe is vibrating. So what you want and what you desire and what happened in the past and what's there in the future, everything is already done. There is no such thing as present, past, future. That's an illusion. So when you vibrate at the frequency of what you want, because that thing is already here and it's on a frequency, you attract it to you. But in order to vibrate it at the frequency, you cannot just visualize for 10 minutes in the morning and assume that it's yours, because what about the other 23 hours and 40 minutes where you are not vibrating on that frequency, right? They also count. Your magnet is always on, right? So here the problem is that when you are just studying and studying and studying manifestation, is actually nothing changing, because what you're conscious of being is still the same, right? So when you want to manifest money and you're really geeking out on how manifestation works, but actually you're not changing what you think about yourself, what you think about your identity, what you think about money, right? And you're just thinking abundant thoughts the first 10 minutes, which is pretty challenging because you're not used to it. It's not your autopilot. It's like you're just stopping breathing for like a minute, and then you have to breathe because you cannot live without breathing. So you stop your autopilot thinking for 10 minutes in your visualization, and then the whole day you're on the same frequency, right? So it's not going to work. So that's where the identity work comes in. That's where, instead of looking for all the answers in the theory, in the books, in the formulas, in the frameworks, and all these books are incredible because they're helping you really understand from different perspective. And some people resonate with some people resonate with others. But the point of these books is not that you have to study every one of them. The point is that you have to study you. And this is what is missing for most people. Most people live their life, make it to that, and they never really get to know who they are, right? So even if there is somebody who don't understand manifestation, who have never heard about that, but they really work on their identity, they become the best version of themselves, they start to see themselves in the highest light, they hold the greatest beliefs about themselves, manifestation would work for them. So I don't know personally if Cristiano Ronaldo understands or even he knows what manifestation is, right? But he doesn't need to. And the reason being because he believes. So I was watching one of his videos and he was saying, I believe I am the best player on the planet. In my mind, I'm the best player. And then he acts with the assumption, right? So he shows up, he play confidently, he work on himself, he believes, he see him doing well, he does those moves confidently, the way he speaks about himself, the way his confidence is, the way his conviction is, the way he sees money, the way he sees himself, the way he sees his ability, all of those things are matching with that identity. So whether he understands manifestation or not, it doesn't really matter, right? So now the question is, what if from now we stop geeking out on the theory and we understand this basic concept that whatever you're conscious of being, you're going to vibrate on that frequency all day long. You can change your vibration temporarily for 10 minutes, but that's not going to really break it because it's your dominant frequency. So if your identity is not shift permanently, the 10 minutes frequency change won't cut it, okay? Because you are constantly attracting based on your magnet. So based on this, what if we say, okay, I understand manifestation as much as I need to know. Okay, so this session has cut it for you. Now you don't need to go and read another book. Now you don't need to go and take some course to understand manifestation. Take a course, take a program, take something for your inner discovery. Okay, don't study things outside of you because the answers are within you, right? So I want to give you a very beautiful diagnostic experience in the later part of in this session, where you actually see why you're not attracting more money, what is going on. And it's not because you don't understand manifestation well, it's because you are not becoming a match. You are manifesting all the time, so you don't need to study manifestation more because you're doing it anyway. Now it's about becoming a match, studying you, self-discovery, going within and seeing, hold on, how do I really see myself? And one thing I really want to preface this whole work, this whole transformation experience that you're about to have, is that when you are uncover your blocks or your identity, which is not a match, just having the awareness is not enough. You can have the awareness and you can say, oh, yes, that doesn't make sense. Why do I do that? You even may not logically agree with that, okay? But the real shift comes when your subconscious mind moves. So even logically, if you're saying, yeah, it makes sense, I absolutely see abundance, right? Or I absolutely see myself being worthy to receive. But subconsciously, which means the inner child within you, which grew until your age of 7 or 8, and after that, the whole thing was built up. If that doesn't get reprogrammed, then it's not going to work because that controls your vibration 98% of the time. So in order to reprogram your subconscious, there are only 2 ways. One, repetition, one, emotion, okay? And the more you add emotion, the less you'll need repetition. And the more you add repetition, the less you need emotion. Now, as you start to really enhance this work, you can also take on the identity that whatever new identity I take, I embody it within seconds. I embody it straight away. Okay. And as you do this work more and more, your mind will realize that whatever you say, you be, and you do, so it's going to work. But I'm going to also share with you a powerful way right at the end, how you can shift your identity in seconds, literally seconds. This is the advanced level of embodiment. This is really powerful. So if you are saying, I want quantum leap now, that is for you. So let's really see why manifestation is not working with for you. So I'm not going to tell you why, I'm going to show you, right? Because when I show you, it will really land. So do you believe? If either their answer is yes or no, okay, there is no such thing as somewhat, there's no such thing as maybe. The answer is yes or no. Do you believe money is the root of all evil? So if you think that there is any bad thing associated with money, you will never be rich because your subconscious mind wouldn't put you in the situation where there is evil, right? So now here the point is, no matter how much you study manifestation, if you believe money is the root of evil, you will not have money. It's more enlightened to be poor than rich. A lot of times people believe that when I'll be very rich, I'll not be as spiritual. I'll not be struggling so much, so I won't be considered the nice person or the right person. Okay? Most rich people probably did something bad or dishonest to get their money. If you believe that, why would your subconscious let you do anything bad? Having a lot of money will make me less spiritual or pure. So sometimes you also think that rich people have ease and they have just got it on the plate. So it's not fair. They're bad people. They're not pure. They're not spiritual. So we equate hard work and suffering with spirituality, which is not true. It's like, if you know, like when you sit in your car and you're going somewhere, why don't you take the longest route if hard work and suffering is spirituality? If you're really spiritual, why do you turn your GPS on? Why do you look for shortest route? Because the answer is it's efficient. It saves energy, it saves time, it's more efficient, it's a no-brainer. So earning money and receiving money and having ease and comfort is not spirituality. It is not something that will make you pure. Is just inefficient. Why don't we use the tool that's available to us as a birthright? Okay? Getting rich takes too much work and struggle. If you believe that, you will need to put in a lot of struggle. And that might be the reason that you are. Or it could be that you're wondering, oh my God, I have so many responsibilities. I have kids, I have family. I can't even do that. So you're not even allowing yourself to go for it. Having a lot of money is a big responsibility. I don't feel good enough to be rich. So this is a huge one, which is very, very unspoken and very common. We think rich people are very intelligent and smart. They have figured out something. It's like, when we were in school and there were some bright students and they were always getting good grades, and there was a category that they are the brightest ones. That's how we think of rich people. But if actually you see what they are like, they're literally so common everyday people. The only thing is they think differently and they believe differently. Okay? So the more you expose yourself to these kind of people, you realize they're no more intelligent than you are. We all have the same universal intelligence available to us. So there's nothing special about them. The only thing is they believe they can. Realistically, chances are I'll never be rich. So if you are exposing yourself to lack all the time, if you're hustling your way there, you have never even gone and allowed yourself to be energetically in a place where you feel abundant, where you see it happening for you, you might have this belief. Getting rich is a matter of luck or fate. Okay? Getting rich is not for people like me. If that is for you, go within and see what do I mean by this? Like, people like what? So there is a guy who has no legs and no arms, right? And I think he's some kind of coach, and he literally is a multimillionaire. So what kind of people not like you? Like, this is, what is it? So go deeper and say what, but what? Like, logically start to see, why am I saying that? And then with repetition and emotion, you reprogram. Starving for wealth won't allow much time, or striving for wealth won't allow much time for anything else in life. This is another one. Because when we were little, or when we were in university or school, we had to study and sacrifice on everything else. And now we are connecting money with the same thing. If you want more money, sacrifice everything. No. You can do less and receive more. What if your frequency works for you instead of you working for yourself? We need a shift here. We need a shift in really going deeper and seeing, how do I see me here? What am I really thinking? If I will get rich, everybody will want something from me. So a lot of times my clients come to me, and what we realize is that they were used by other people, or some people took advantage of them, or their parents, and they have this belief that if I have more money, people will do the same to me, or it's the same things happen again. And the only reason they're not doing it is because of that. They're stopping that. That's their safety. Okay? And the other thing I really wanted to add was, when it comes to hard work, this pattern is very common, that people who hustle a lot and who are working so hard, and it doesn't mean you don't have to take any action. So when I say working so hard, I don't mean that you don't have to work at all. What I mean is, when you're working 16 hours a day, when you're working endlessly, when you feel guilty for not doing more, when you constantly feel you should be more productive, actually your nervous system is finding safety in working hard. Okay? So what you want to realize is that you're not working hard to receive more. You're working hard to feel safe. And what do we do in that situation? We realize that I go through the path of least resistance. I'm open to see ease, right? I'm open to see what is available to me. Money is easy. Look at the examples around you. where people are doing it with so much ease. Like I always talk about with my clients of this example where if you look at like celebrities, right, and big stars, even if you look at Ronaldo, again, I'm using this example, he was sitting on in some World Cup, I think it was, I don't remember what it was, some big event, and he sat on the desk and there was Coca-Cola bottles and there was water bottle. He moved the Coca-Cola bottles away and put the water bottles towards him and he started drinking. Literally the same day, the stock price of Coca-Cola went down and they lost millions. So he is actually influencing the economy just by moving a bottle. And we think earning money is hard, right? If he likes something and he wears it and he says, okay, I'm going to become a brand ambassador for that, he will get paid. So there are some people who get paid for wearing clothes while they have to wear clothes anyway. There are some people who get paid for eating or trying a product. There are some people who get paid for breathing and living or existing. There are, because they can be brand ambassador, there are some people who get paid to eat in certain restaurants, because when those restaurants, when they go there, they become the the iconic brand for that restaurant. So there are some people who are paid to live, while we hold the paradigm that earning money is hard. So we need to change that. If I have a lot of money, it means something else, somebody else is going to have less, right? This is not a zero-sum game. And it is really beautiful to see when we think of like Stone Age, when there was no money, or when we think about older times, right? The wealth has been generated over and over. Like before, there used to be millionaires, then they are multi-millionaires, and now we are even finding some people who are trillionaires, right? We find here and there, like, oh, this person could potentially, or this family. So wealth is constantly being created. It's expanding every day. The universe is expanding 3% every single day. And the science have no idea, because we only know 97, we only know 3% of the universe, and 97 we don't even know, right? And still it's expanding and growing every day. So if there is, why do we feel that somebody else will have less? So I have taken on this beautiful paradigm, which I want to share with you, that there is infinite supply of money. So if you think about the bank account of the universe or God or source, there is infinite money. Now, my belief system is that I can go and withdraw that money anytime in the infinite supply. Like you go in your own bank account and you can withdraw it anytime. I can go and withdraw my money anytime from the universe bank account. How do I withdraw? With my thoughts, with my feelings, and aligned action. Okay, so when I have the right identity, the identity that I shared with you, the paradigm that I live by, the person that I am, I can align my thinking, right? That I would love this amount, feel it, and then receive it from taking inspired action, not working hard, but getting the intuitive hit, receiving it, and doing it with ease and flow. Okay, this is my paradigm. I absolutely love that, because there's an infinite supply. Okay, if I get a lot of money, I might lose it. If I really strive for wealth and don't succeed, I will feel like a failure, right? There is no such thing as failure. You would never fail, because according to the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, any idea that is held in the mind, it manifests. So I'm just looking if I missed anything. It takes money to make money. So I want to really share with you Richard Branson's story here. It's really powerful. He started Virgin Atlantic with zero money. In order to start any airline, it takes millions of dollars, according to the old paradigm, because you need to buy the plane, you need to buy the engine, you need to do all those things. What he did was he called Boeing and he said to them, you have got some planes just lying there. Can I hire them? And how much are they going to be? And they said 20,000, 30,000 a month. And they said, who are you? Like, is it a joke? Is it a prank call? And he said, they said to him that only British Airways are allowed to hire from us in UK. And he said to them that they're just lying there. And if British Airways would have called you, you would have given to them. Why don't you let me have that? Because there's nothing to lose. You have them having there. You're like just lying there, and you will just get money for nothing. And he convinced them to give him the plane, and that's how he started the flights, right? So it's not that you need money to make money. You need the right identity, you need the right thinking, you need the right feeling, and you need the inspired action. Okay, so I'm not educated enough. This is a huge one I see for a lot of people. And again, What is education? And in my world, I really redefine education. Education is when you pursue a goal and you take on that identity, you take inspired actions with aligned thinking and aligned feeling, and that's when you manifest something. This is education. The education in a traditional schooling system is you learn something and you just learn and you know. Like I know thousands of economics formulas because my degree was in economics, but I haven't done anything with any of them. In fact, I know more about money now with this work and with the studying myself than studying economics. So just studying and knowing is not enough. It's being, and you can use your imagination. Like Napoleon has said, it's the workshop of your mind to be anything. You can be anything, anytime. Okay? So there are lots of them which I cover in my programs in the breakthrough method, where I take you through really powerful tools where sometimes you have to give the answer unfiltered. Some of the tools you have to really deeply reflect. There are embodiment meditations where your body parts start talking to you because identity is stored in your body. It's gone out, it's gone from your mind. Now it's your autopilot body system. It doesn't even consult with your mind anymore. So it's so autopilot, it's unconscious program instead of subconscious program. So your body communicates what identity you're operating with. We do a lot of powerful tools in our identity diagnosis system, which is really powerful. So I just took you a very, very small glimpse to just highlight a few things to see that, to really show it to you that attracting money has a lot more to do with who you're being instead of studying manifestation. So start to study yourself and you will find all the answers.